I've really been getting more into fitness lately.
How about fitting this dick in your mouth?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Come in.
Come in who? Peter's so dreamy. He's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
But I have just completely ignored the fact that he's like 5 red flags.
I'm Asian. Red flags is a sign of luck and prosperity. You should go towards red flags.
I think if you are saying yes to letting me buy you a drink, it means that you have some sort of interest.
I just want free drinks. She literally, the table's here. She's like, I think you're cuter. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
I hope you had a good week. Today's topic will be flirting. We were discussing flirting stories and, well, usually it relates to how we met our ex. And Tekky had a really good one I think you guys would like.
Yes. So my very, very best flirting story, which Peter thought was amusing. So he's like, you can tell your story. This was many years ago in high school. This was my first ex-boyfriend. We went out. Yes. But we kind of like, oh, yes, he seems a bit the same flavor as I am, gay. And then I think that was part of the flirting game, right? Trying to figure out, especially for a guy, are they also gay and are they going to be interested? So we just started spending a lot more time together. And then I'm not sure if you guys remember, or some of you might even still play. There's a game called Maple Story.
Oh.
So we started spending more time playing Maple Story together. We did like quests together. And then one day, after I think a few weeks, few months, I was in a training area where there were monsters and they're killing the monsters. And then we were both there. And then he goes, I have something to tell you. This is over chat. Like, you know how the text pops up above your head?
Do you chat in like the world chat, server chat? Or was this private?
Just whoever's inside that map room, that specific room, can see what chat has been said in that room.
Oh, how many people were in this room?
It was just us two.
Oh, okay, yeah, cute.
And then he runs over, there's portals, and he goes, I like you. And then he disappears through the door and runs off. I'm like, what? And then I get my character and like start chasing after him. And then I'm literally like trying to chase after him and then typing like, wait, because he can only see my message.
If you're in the same room.
If not, I have to like open up a different chat and then try and message him through the friend chat, which is too hard. So I'm like chasing him and I'm like, wait, come back. I like you too. So that's my flirt Maple Story.
But you don't even know what he looks like in person.
What do you mean? I didn't know what he looks like in person. We went to school together.
Oh.
But we were just spending time playing games together.
Oh, yes, I thought you meant in the game.
No.
And I'm like, I like you too. And I'm like, you literally have not seen what they look like.
Yeah, they maybe, well, if it was a game person, maybe their character's cute. But I knew them in person.
Oh.
And then, we ended up like dating for a few months.
Oh, I've met this ex.
Yes, you have met this ex. Hey guys, if you're enjoying our content, the best way you can support... Hey guys, if you're enjoying our content, the best way you can support us is by subscribing.
This helps us make better videos for all of you. Anyway. My story.
Yes, what's your best flirting story?
My best flirting story is, well, I've only had like 1 or 2 relationships. Sorry, I'm not up to number 8.
Number 6, thank you. You're number 6.
Lucky 6. No, wait, no, it's lucky 7. Are you saying you're going to break up with me?
Do you want me to fabricate a seventh ex so you can be number 7?
Chai's your 7th.
Yes, she is.
Chai's your 7th. My story is, so I'm at university. I'm volunteering for the queer LGBT department. I'm at the stall, signing people up. Hello, welcome to the mailing list.
Hello, world.
This is me. I'm sitting there, and then from across the room, this boy comes up. He's super cute, right? I'm like, oh my God, he is so cute. I really hope he comes to the stall to come talk to me. He comes up, he talks to the person, my co-volunteer next to me. And then his friend, she talks to me. I'm like, oh, hi, this is the queer department. Welcome. Would you like to sign up? Do you want rainbow stickers? Do you want a map? And then she's like, I think you're cute. And I'm sitting here, little old gay me with rainbow stickers and a rainbow love heart on my face. And I'm like, thank you. You're very nice. And then because, I don't see her that way. I'm like, I can't say you too. Right? I can't say...
Why can't you?
Because I feel like it's dishonest. Right? And then I was like, but I really like that boy next to her friend. So I said, "Oh, thank you. Your friend is cute." And I said it slightly loud so that he would hear because he's talking to my co-volunteer.
Yeah.
And then he heard me and he's like, "Oh, thank you." And he's like shy, bashful. And then she's, she obviously heard what I said because I said it loudly. And she's like, "I think you're cuter." And I'm like, "Girl, get a hint. I'm literally hitting on your friend and you're like, I think you're cuter." She literally, the table's here. She's like, "I think you're cuter."
The kawaii look.
She's like,
literally
this,
kawaii anime look.
staring into my soul.
Yeah, I feel like the girls really like you.
And then I just didn't see her that way. Girls can be very pretty and very cute, but I did not see her that way.
Yes.
And then I got her name, right? Because she was hitting on me the whole time. And I really wanted him to talk to me. But when they finished signing up and blah, 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 they left. And I was like, oh, I couldn't get his Facebook. But I only have her name, right? And I gave her my name because I'm like, "Oh, I'm Peter." And then they left and I was like, I have no idea what his name is. How do I find him? And then I went on Facebook and I searched up her name. She has a very unique name, so I could find her. So I got her profile and then I clicked her friends list and then I went through all of the friends. I'm like, which one of the cute boys is it? And I couldn't find it. So this happened the next day because I was busy. So I was looking for like 2 hours through her friends list.
You sound like
and
a stalker.
I could not find it. Oh, no. What I did was cross-check her friends list with the member list in the queer Facebook group that we had. And I couldn't find. And I gave up. I'm like, oh no. I spent 2 hours looking for this wonderful boy. And
the love of my life is gone.
And he's gone. And an hour later, he adds me on Facebook.
Wow.
And we start talking. And I'm like, how did you find me? Because I never gave you my name. And then he said, oh, he got my name through the girl. He actually, after they left for a bit, he wanted to turn around and get my Facebook. But she was like, no, I've got his name. You don't have to go. So she blocked me from him adding my Insta. And it was luck because I posted in the group chat quite a bit because I'm volunteering.
Yes.
So he went into the group chat, Facebook group as well and looked for my name. And that's how he found me. That was my slight flirting. And of course, the other part of the flirting is that when we were at the stall, I was, eyes glancing over at him, even though I was talking to her.
Two eyes
I
meet.
looked at him, making sure that he is, he knows I'm looking.
Yeah.
And then also, you're cute. Your friend's cute. Making sure he heard me.
Yeah.
And that person was my ex-husband.
And then they got married and they lived happily ever after, just
and
not
then we
with
got
each
married. Other. Yeah. Yes. We lived happily ever after, just separate.
Yeah. That's a cute flirting story.
That was a very high stress environment, guys. That was like my first time actually flirting. And
it's like, oh, this one worked. I'm gonna keep this one.
I'm like, oh, that boy is so cute. On it. I just couldn't get his face. So now I make sure to get their Instagram.
Peter's ex has like a French accent. Were you attracted to the French accent? That French accent. I don't even know how to do a French accent.
It's a French accent.
Is that French? Yeah. Were you attracted to the accent?
I have no idea.
Oh, this is so romantic. Bonjour.
And as you can tell from this story, this is not your typical what you usually see on like flirting, right? Because usually in movies and stuff, it's always like a pickup line. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Because you're an angel.
Yes.
No one says that in real life. Or if they do, I would what's it called? Like self-implode and just crumple into a cringe mess. That's me.
I don't know if these people using these like single line pickups at the bar, do they actually work? That's what I want to know.
Actually, yeah, I want to know. Like in the comments, have you used a pickup line and did it actually work? Because I've never used one in my entire life.
Yeah, so when Peter first said, okay, let's discuss flirting, that's the concept and the way I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's not how any of my previous relationships have gone. I've never like chucked a single pickup line at someone and like, oh, okay, wow. And then you start chatting them up and then you go, like you get their number. It's never been like that. It's always been a lot more subtle cues. So that's why when you asked me, oh, what's your best flirting story? At the start, I was like, I do not have anything that matches my concept of what the idea of flirting is. But starting to explore it more, I've started to realize that the idea of flirting, it's more like the whole process before like you actually get together in the relationship.
Before your first date.
Yes.
Or even, yeah.
Everything from like that first message or that first glance all the way through to like, oh, okay, so we're going on our first date now. Like, how do you get that person?
So we wanted to talk about first impressions, right?
Yeah. So, well, I think the first
Where does it
part
start from?
of all this is the first contact,
Yes.
which there are multiple ways to do it.
Yes. And people say don't judge book by the cover, but that's definitely how you judge.
Like for your
A
story
book.
with your ex, that's in person, physical,
Yes.
and
yes.
your like the first glance,
Yes.
right? And then for me, some of my exes have been messages first, and that's been like it's like an online flirt game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assessing how do they respond to messages, how are they? So actually, I have a story. My last ex was studying like medicine, so like sugar daddy, right? And it was funny because at the time that I started messaging him, I also started messaging this other boy who was also studying medicine. But their two approaches to messaging me and talking to me and trying to flirt could not be more different. One of them was like, so not my ex, but the other one was like, oh, I just came out of this assessment. There are so many senior doctors. I think I did really well. And it was like, he's like, I do medicine. And I was like, wow, this is really braggy.
Yeah.
Like through text. And I was like, I do not like this. And then there was my ex who was much more subtle. It was like, oh, I'm just studying post-grad. I've been studying a lot. It's been really hard. And like, not trying to push it in my face. And it took me a while to get to like, oh, what are you studying actually? He's like, oh, I'm actually studying to be a doctor. And it was just so much more subtle and it was like a lot more gentle. And even though they're two boys, they look quite similar, studying the same thing, just how they messaged me over on Tinder. I think I was using Tinder. It's like couldn't have been more different. And that's why I ended up like going on a date with one who ended up being my ex for like 2 years. So like how you approach and message people as first contact can have such a big impact. And it's like striking the balance between like messaging them, how frequently do you reply? Like, do I reply straight away? Do I reply like I hate that game, right?
Yes.
But that's all part of it, right? And then some people, if you're messaging them too frequently, be like, okay, this is a bit too much for me.
Yes, you're right. There is a game. There's a constant like push and pull with
Yes,
flirting.
correct.
You can't go all in.
Yes.
You can't do nothing. Even not just the frequency, but also like how intense
Yes.
the messages are. Some
Yes.
are too intense. Some are just not intense enough. You're like, are they even interested?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
And different people expect different things. And that's why one strategy might not work on one person, but it might on another person. At the end of the day, you're just trying to find chemistry between two people where you're on similar wavelengths that the flirt game works together.
Do you have a strategy for that?
I'm always a lot more subtle. I take it slow. I try to gauge what the other person is doing. If I'm not really feeling it from the other person, I start to pull away. That's my natural approach. I don't think I've really gotten into situations where I'm like fallen for someone head over heels and they don't like me.
For me, I think I agree. You start slow.
Yes.
You start by gauging, saying hi, what do you do, blah, blah, blah. And then you throw in something small. That's a little flirt to see how they respond to it.
Like
it's
what?
like, oh, that pic of you looks really good.
See, Peter's the type of guy who would probably put a nicotine patch on me when I'm with him. And then when I'm not with him, I get withdrawals.
Oh, wow, that's an idea. I've heard that before.
That takes me back to the idea that before, a lot of people nowadays, they connect online. The first contact is digital, right? And you've talked a bit about that, how you need to kind of take the time to find what level of energy do you want to commit to sussing out people, right? Some people, they're like, okay, I'm messaging 50 people, I can't be bothered, right? So you're taking different gauges. Oh, what are their hobbies? What do they look like? How fast do they reply? How strong are they coming on? And you kind of gauge all of those things and you decide, am I going to continue to message this person? Right? Oh, this person uses a lot of punctuation. They seem a bit too full on.
They seem a bit proper.
Yes, the grammar is a bit too strong.
Capitalization,
yes.
Full stops. Oh, they seem a bit.
So that's all part of the flirt game, right? And then there's the physical aspect, appearance. How important is that on the first flirting engagement, right? So talk to me about your ex.
I can't remember what he was wearing at the time, but I think he was wearing like something similar to a button shirt. and probably some sort of skinny jeans.
Yes.
And I thought he was like, yeah, very well dressed,
Well put together.
clean.
Clean.
I don't need them to be well dressed. I just need them to be, clean. They take care of their facial. But is this related to flirting or is this related to just
First impressions count
impressions.
when you
First
flirt.
impressions?
100%, especially if it's an in-person thing.
Mm.
Like, I don't care how good your pickup line is or how much you tell me I'm cute. If you are
If
not
you
well
have not
put
showered
together,
in 3 days,
yeah, if and you look like you haven't slept in 5 and your breath smells, no.
that is true. Doesn't matter how good your flirt game is. First impressions matter.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to go too far, but just make sure that you're clean, you look after yourself.
How do you then tell if someone's interested when you're flirting?
Well, I think the biggest one is they flirt back. Usually in the same way that you're flirting with them, they flirt back, which is showing interest.
Yes.
If they stop responding completely, like ghost you, that's a very big obvious no.
Yes.
Or if they just brush off your flirting like too many times,
Yes.
that means zero interest.
Yeah. There's a few things I think you need to be aware of. Some people are not that comfortable with being flirted of in front of like friends, family, or in public, but they're just shy, right? They're like, oh, someone's coming at me flirting. They might not have experienced before. They don't really know how to manage it. And then there's also, oh, I'm just not interested in you at all.
Yes, which is fine. Not everyone is interested in everyone. There are definitely people that we've been interested in that don't show interest back.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. Hey, at least you got me. I'm the best catch. Okay, he doesn't think I'm the best catch, but
Yeah, you're the best catch. You're the best fish in the sea.
what's the actual process of flirting? How do you flirt? I think for me, the most common one that is very, very obvious is the glance. You look at them across the room and then you look at them up and down. And you're like, ooh, I'm checking you out from top to bottom. Don't you think that happens a lot? That's like so common. You probably do it and you don't even realize.
I don't do it as a flirting. If I do that, it's just because I want to see what they look like. But I don't think for me. It's not the part of flirting.
Oh, okay. No, that's like that's the
Checking them out.
That's okay.
Checking them out is different to flirting. For me, flirting is looking at them to try and force an eye contact, and then once you get it, you look away. Like, oh, I'm too shy.
No, okay, that's the rubbish for me.
That's flirting.
I will look at them, and if they look at me,
and then wink.
Oh no, it's a little smile. A small. Do you wink?
I wink. I smile.
Oh my goodness, this guy's a player. No, I just give a little smile.
So the flirting actually for me is everything that happens before the actual talking, because you don't know. Flirting is to gauge interest and to show interest.
Yes, so you're waiting for reciprocation to see, and then sometimes usually you start moving closer to each other, and then oh hey,
oh hi, where are you from?
Yes,
and then after a while, I think you're cute. You need to outwardly state everything to reaffirm the flirting that you've done.
So then you say I think you're cute, and then off you go. You start talking to them. Where are you from?
And then try to set up a date. That's on you. Add their Instagrams, their Facebooks. Please make sure you add them. Do not forget.
And how do you... Some people don't feel comfortable asking. So like, what's your strategy to actually ask? Can I have your number? Would you like to go on a date?
I think there's just talk to them. Try to find a hobby that they do. Oh, you go bouldering. I go as well. Do you want to add each other on Insta?
And then Peter's other common strategy that he's told me about in the past, if he's going to a friend's birthday and he knows he will wait for someone he knows to be talking to that person, and then he will pounce and go over and pretend to start talking to that friend with the intention of actually talking to this new person. That's Peter's like number one, his famed and hallmark strategy. I have no words because you called me out and it's so accurate. That's me.
It's called I'm talking to my friend who may or may also be talking to someone else.
And I think it usually works because that way it's actually a good strategy. It's a natural way to get an introduction to that person. Yeah. So that's your hallmark famed strategy.
That's my strategy, guys. Yeah, copy paste it.
I think a part that we've missed is that idea, like when you actually start to talk to them, you need to start to gauge what type of person they are, right? This is where you're actually starting to look for cues that this is the right person that I want to keep dating with, right? Depends what your intention is. Like you just want someone to hang out with, some people might just want someone to hook up with, but I'm talking about you are looking for someone to explore further with in a relationship, right? These few moments at the start are actually really important because you might have seen them across the room and for the past hour, like, oh my goodness, they're so hot, right? And you need to be clear on what your intentions are, right? If you are looking for someone to be in a relationship with and that's your sole goal, you don't want to be blinded by the idea of, oh, now I'm infatuated. Oh, Peter's so dreamy. He's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
But I have just completely admitted and ignored the fact that he's like 5 red flags.
I'm Asian. Red flags is a sign of luck and prosperity.
Yes.
So red flags, you should go towards red flags.
You're so silly. Yeah, so I think you just got to be careful.
When you do your first chat with them, you need to figure out, do they have a boyfriend? Because then you're hitting on someone who has a boyfriend. Are they here for short term? This is all part of the, maybe you'll figure out on the date.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe you can just figure out in that chat and then you can decide, oh, wrong goals. We have different goals, different people. Let's go for someone else.
I think often I see a lot of people end up really falling for someone and that person is like just not really interested, right? Or you have to be careful. Sometimes people don't want the same thing as you. They might just want to hook up when you're looking for a relationship, and you need to be able to identify that without like falling for them completely, and then at the end you end up heartbroken because they don't want the same thing as you. I've seen that happen so many times. So that's all part of like the flirting game, but it's hard, right? Because you have so many emotions running high. How do you make sure that you are both aligned in what you want? Talk, communicate, and if you can, do your reference checks. Reference checks are really important. Do your friend know them? What they know about them? What type of person are they? Yeah. Do you have any advice for someone how to deal with rejection?
There's plenty of fish in the sea. There'll always be people who aren't into you, and that's fine. That is normal. There are 7 billion people in this world. You can't expect all of them to be into you.
Yes.
Now we've gone to the fun part of the topic. Do you want to try some pickup lines?
Yeah, this is the whole point of this whole thing. This is the whole point of this episode.
Tekky found some very fun pickup lines.
Mine are not necessarily G-rated. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, 18 plus warning on this. No, there doesn't. But
no, it's just
words.
Yeah, PG means parental guidance recommended. That's what PG means.
Okay.
I'm scared. What are you doing to me?
Sorry. Can I get your name again?
Oh, yeah, Peter.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure I'm screaming the right one when I'm inside you tonight.
Oh my god.
That's my first one. Okay, do you have something to top that?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have something to top that?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Come in.
Come in who?
Come in me.
Can you tell me what time it opens tonight?
What opens?
Your legs.
You know, out of 10, I would rate you a 7. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I got the 3 inches you need, baby.
Is your middle name Dirty Dishes? Because I want to get you wet and do you.
You speak to your mother with that mouth?
Yes.
You kiss your mother goodnight with that mouth?
Okay, next. There will only be 7 planets left in the solar system tonight after I destroy Uranus. Jupiter, be ready.
You better be ready. Oh my...
If I flip a coin, what do you think the chances of me getting head tonight are? You know how you've been like working more on like working out recently? You've been going to the gym more.
Yeah.
So would you say you've recently been getting more into fitness?
Yeah. More into fitness.
Okay. So you have to tell me. I've been really getting into fitness. I've really been getting more into fitness lately.
I've really been getting more into fitness lately.
How about fitting this dick in your mouth? Okay, and my last one. Are you ready? Let's roleplay Titanic.
Okay.
You be the iceberg, and I'll go down on you. And that's it. That's all mine. Then the last part we can do is, you said scenarios. Some scenarios.
Mm.
Do you have any scenarios?
But let's say you're at a bar at a club. They finally detached themselves from their friend group to get a drink.
Yeah.
Or they're on the way to the bathroom.
Yes.
What do you do?
I think you need to be so gentle when you're approaching someone who's outside of their friend group. You need to acknowledge that they probably feel the most vulnerable when they're not with people that they know. They're gone to the toilet or at the bar. So I feel if you come on too strong, it is a huge red flag.
That is true.
Right? So you need to be very mindful, like maybe a light tap on the shoulder. Hey, I think you're really cute. Or something like that. Or, hey, how's your night going? I just wanted to let you know I think you look really cute. In a really polite, gentle manner. If you got to them and like, oh my God, I think you're so freaking hot. Can I have your number?
That is true.
It's like that person, more likely than not, is going to respond, be like, oh my God, this is too much. They might like it. They might be like, oh my God, thank you. But they'll probably think you're coming on a bit too strong.
So let's say you've come up to me saying, hey, I think you're cute. And I'm like, oh, thank you. What would you do?
How's your night going? I would probably, actually, if I had to redo that, I'd be like, would you be okay if I bought you a drink? That's like,
oh, yeah, sure.
Like, it's more open rather than forceful. So it shows that I'm like, you can get out of this anytime you want. Does that make sense?
Now that I'm like, oh, okay, he's buying me a drink, I'm happy to like stand in line and wait for him. Wait with him at the bar while I get my friend's drinks.
Yeah.
So we're like sitting at the bar, we do some small talk. I've gotten my, like, you know, I've downed the drink from you or something in the polite way. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. It was so nice meeting you. I've got to go back to my friends.
Would you mind if I get your Instagram? Peter gives out his Instagram like free candy. Oh, that's all right. Have a good night. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much. It was good meeting you.
I personally would not be pushy about it. I'd be very gentle about it. It's not everyone's approach, but
I think whether you do or don't ask for the Instagram or the number, that's the difficult part, because you don't know if they're being nice.
Yes.
Or they're interested.
But generally, I think if you are saying yes to letting me buy you a drink, it means that you have some sort of interest.
Yeah, my interest is a free drink.
Guys, this guy is just freeloading off me.
I just want free drink.
Oh, Peter's favorite tactic. This is it. Just remembered. Like, what would work on Peter is if you came up to him and were just like, I'm really shy, but I just really wanted to tell you, I think you're really cute. Once you tell Peter he's shy, I think Peter's like a bit more receptive. He's like, oh, this boy didn't want to come and tell me he likes me, but he's shy, and he's had to build up so much courage because he thinks I'm so cute. I'm way worth I'm like, his cuteness is more important than my shyness. Peter would fall for that. I feel, don't you think?
That works. I would go over and be like, oh, hi, I'm Peter.
Am I shy?
You're like the opposite of shy.
No. I get awkward. I don't want to talk to someone for too long that I can't hold a conversation with.
You're the opposite of shy.
Am I?
Yeah. I want to ask you, how do you start your Tinder conversations? You've matched with someone. They're like pretty cute. What do you do? What's your first words? Hi?
Oh, okay. Never just hi. Everyone says hi. I always start with hi and a slight compliment. Hey, cutie. How you doing? How's your day going? Yes. But yeah, you can kind of tell some people just kill the conversation immediately. Like, conversations take two people to have, and some people would just be like, respond good, and that's it. Good, thanks. My day's going good, and they don't ask you, how's your day going? Right?
Yeah. If they stonewall you, just don't reply. Just block them and move on.
Yes, exactly. Don't waste your time trying to fish for people who are not replying. It is not worth it. So yeah, I generally throw in a compliment. If there's something particular that I'm interested in that they really like, if they're like, I love musicals, I'd be like, oh my God, I see that you like musicals. Which one's your favorite? Stir some conversation so there's more place for you to discuss things rather than just,
For me, I think because I meet most people on Insta, as in person, then I add them on Insta. What I do is I reply to their stories. So obviously, you know, you stalk the person for a bit and then you're like, oh, I can talk about this. Or other hobbies. Talk about the hobby that they're currently doing.
Yes, all the boys that Peter likes generally do bouldering apart from me.
No, we did so much bouldering.
Oh, we did. I took him rock climbing.
You are the one who took me bouldering.
Oh yeah, that was just I baited him, guys. I don't actually do rock climbing. I just went with him and now he's stuck with me. But that's his general theme. He likes boys who boulder.
Did you hear that when you go on a date with someone, if you take them to something that's like high adrenaline, they'll feel like they got a dopamine hit when they're with you, like an adrenaline shot. So is that why you brought me bouldering?
No.
Be honest. So that's why people say like
I
you should bring them to like a theme
in other ways.
But that's why people say like bring them to something that will give them adrenaline so that they have like a high, a rush.
But generally, you just need to make sure that that person's a good match for you. Take time, talk. Yeah, that's
if they're super sporty and you're not sporty, don't try to force it.
Yes, do not force things that you hate.
Because eventually it'll come out and they're like, but I thought you were this kind of person. You're like, no, I just wanted to get in your pants. That's not a good look.
That's it. That's the end of this unintelligible episode of
Not a straight white male.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. See you next time.
See you next time. Love you.
Thanks for watching to the end of this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. He forgot his line. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about, please leave it in the comments below.